How to be a man today without apologizing for it. Let's be honest, a lot of men today are confused. They're afraid of saying the wrong thing, doing too much, doing too little, being too manly, or not manly enough. Many end up walking around life like they're on trial, constantly justifying their ambition, their assertiveness, even their attraction to women. It's as if just being a man comes with a guilty verdict before you've done anything wrong. But here's the truth. You don't need to apologize for being a man. You do need to be a better man, a stronger man, a wiser one, but not a smaller one. So let's talk about how a man today can still be fully masculine, authentic, powerful, and walk through life with his head high without shrinking to fit the weak. Passive mold society is trying to sell him. Firstly, don't dominate. Let's be clear. Leadership is not toxic. Leadership is natural for many men. It's woven into our biology, into our psychology. What is toxic is control, manipulation, and ego-driven domination. A man who leads doesn't have to shout. He doesn't need to bully, intimidate, or always get his way. A leader earns respect because he makes decisions, takes accountability, and moves with vision. In relationships, at work, with friends. Leadership is about taking initiative, not control. Example 1. Instead of asking your partner, "So, what do you want to do for dinner?" For the 50th time, a man with direction says, "Hey, I know you've been craving Italian. I made a reservation at your favorite place Friday night. Be ready at 7 p.m. That's confidence, not control. Example 2. At work, leadership isn't staying quiet in meetings to avoid conflict. It's respectfully raising your hand and saying, "I don't think this approach is sustainable. I'd like to suggest an alternative." True leadership is calm, clear, and consistent. It's action, not arrogance. Secondly, be emotionally fluent, not emotionally fragile. Some men were taught emotions are weak. Others were taught to overshadow every fleeting feeling. Neither is healthy. Being a man means owning your emotions without being ruled by them. It means being aware of what you feel, sadness, anger, joy, jealousy, without letting those feelings sabotage your behavior or decisions. Example, you're angry that your girlfriend canceled your plans. A weak man might ghost her, lash out, or sulk for days. A mature man might say, "I was looking forward to our time. I felt a little dismissed. Can we talk about what happened?" That's emotional fluency. You name it, claim it, and deal with it. This also means you don't use your trauma as an excuse. You might be wounded, but you're not broken. Get therapy. Read, talk, grow. But don't ever let your pain define you. Real masculinity is emotional mastery, not emotional avoidance. Thirdly, stand for something, especially when it's unpopular. Too many men today are afraid of offending someone, so they say nothing, do nothing, believe in nothing. And that kind of neutrality is not strength, it's fear disguised as politeness. Man must know his core values and be unapologetic about them. Integrity, loyalty, discipline, faith, family, ambition. These are not toxic. These are anchors. Without them, you're drifting through life with no spine. Example, if you believe in monogamy, don't let hookup culture shame you. If you believe in traditional family values, don't hide it to be more modern. If you want success and wealth, don't downplay your ambition to make others comfortable. Some people will call you arrogant. Others will call you outdated. Let them. The moment you start living by other people's approval, you stop being a man. Refuse to be disposable. Society teaches men their worth comes from what they can do. Provide money, fix things, solve problems. The moment you can't or won't, you're ignored or discarded. Let's break that cycle. You are not just a wallet. You are not just a backup plan. You are not a servant. You are not a silent punching bag in a relationship. You are not an emotional sponge for people who never pour back into you. Example, a man working 2 jobs while his partner contributes nothing emotionally, sexually, or spiritually, but still demands more, is not in a partnership. He's in servitude. A man in a workplace where he's expected to sacrifice weekends and burn out for praise that never comes is not being respected. He's being used. You are valuable simply because you exist, not because of how much you earn or how many people you please. Being a man means knowing your worth, not just your usefulness. Next, be willing to be the villain in someone else's story. You will never live boldly if your main concern is being liked. Sometimes you will be misunderstood. Sometimes you will be called toxic, intimidating, or selfish, simply for having boundaries, confidence, or direction. And that's okay. Being a man means living with clarity, even if others call it arrogance. Example, you say no to a friend who only calls when they need something suddenly. You're cold. You leave a relationship where you're disrespected. Now you're controlling. You ask for what you want sexually, emotionally, financially, and someone calls you too much. Let them talk. Be the villain in their story, because the alternative is living as a background character in your own. Don't apologize for being a man. Just be a better one. The modern man isn't weak, apologetic, or directionless. He's not ashamed of his masculinity. He's not afraid of his strength. He's not allergic to emotion, but he's also not controlled by it. He is clear. He is grounded. He is dangerous in the best way possible. He protects. He builds. He grows. He leads. And he does not apologize for being who he is. So, if you've been walking around in silence, shame, or softness just to be accepted, just stop. Start walking like a man again, a real one. Because the world doesn't need fewer men. It needs stronger ones.